Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Gloria coming to you. Today is Sunday, October the 6th, 2019. It's been a while since I've did a post. I've been kind of going through a lot, but, I consider myself a very strong person. But, it's like my inner demons get to me. As far as my weight loss journey, I've been at a standstill for a while. I kind of have that 5 or 10 pounds fluctuation, but I feel good about it. It is what it is. About going on 2 months ago, I had went through a very traumatic thing. My former husband, Michael, which was my best friend, me and him had, our ups and downs, but, since me and him got a divorce, he had a lot of illness. He went through a heart attack, had to get stents put in. He went through cancer. He survived that. And, his mother had passed away, I guess back, I think it was like April or May. And, that really devastated him because she was the number one person in his life. He loved her with all of his heart and then some. Which he got to spend a lot of time with her and everything, but when she passed, that really affected him. Me and him, he'd been talking quite a bit, because him and his partner had broke up. So me and Michael, we stayed in touch, and he told me how much that, he still loved me as a friend. And, we worked as friends for all those years. Well, he started getting sicker with his lungs, and his doctor put him on full-time oxygen, which was, it seemed, I thought, was helping him get better and everything. Well, his partner had called me and asked me to come and sit with him. It was on August the 9th. And he said, I have to go to town and everything. And he said, I don't want to leave him alone because he's really not having a good day. Well, time I got ready and got down there, which was in a matter of 10, 15 minutes at the top, I went and he said, I've changed my mind. I'm not going nowhere. I said, Michael's not doing real good. And I told him, I said, he's fine. He just called me yesterday and, we talked about everything. And, he was upbeat. They'd got him a nice truck, and he was really excited about it. And last thing I told him, I said, I love you, bud. I got to go here to Walmart, get a few things, and I'll call you when I get out. Well, I forgot to call him back. But back to August the 9th, I had went in there, and Michael was laying there, I thought, taking a nap, sleeping. And Jerry said, he's having a really hard time. And the nurse had been there, and she had went to get supplies or something. And Michael's breathing got really, really hard, really labored. And he called the nurse and told her, said, he doesn't seem to be doing too good. Can you, come on back? And she come back and she said, his condition's changed a lot since I was here earlier. And it was like he had went into a deep sleep, and was panting really hard for breath. And he kept moaning, from pain. And she was, giving him morphine. Well, they was starting doing the morphine like, every 30 minutes. And then the way he kept moaning and stuff, she had the order updated to give it to him every 15. Well, I sat there with him and, excuse me. I sat beside his bed, because he was moaning, he was breathing real hard and stuff. And I sat there beside of him. I'm like, Michael, I said, I'm here. Just try to calm down, breathe easy. I said, just think happy thoughts. Think of days I sat and watching Lucy, laughing, just the good times. Think about all the good times. Well, that seemed to help him some. He kind of calmed down. And, I was, petting him and, patting his arm and all that. Because I had just went there the week before and cut his hair for him. Because he always liked his hair looking nice, especially if me and him got together. And I told him, I said, it's okay. I said, just be calm. And, people's going in and out, because Jerry had started calling people, telling him, he seemed to have took a turn for the worse. Which, all my years of doing medical stuff, I couldn't accept it. Which I knew with that heavy breathing that he was really struggling. Well, everybody was, still outside, and me and, what was it, Nerves or Jerry, one was in there, and, I just laid my hand over Michael's chest, and I said, no, just calm down. I'm here. I'll be here with you. Well, he just, because I'd put my hand on his chest, and I'd move it, put it back there and move it. Well, he just takes in his left hand and gets a hold of my arm. He was holding on to my right arm. And, you had a grip, not like, hurt me tight, but he had his hand on my arm. And that lasted, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And the nurse was doing the morphine every 15 minutes. A pastor, he came there, he was with a hospice group. And I just had asked the nurse before that, a week before Michael got sick, she said hospice is to help take care of him, not to, to say he's dying. It is a terminal illness, but it's not to say he's dying. Well, that day, on the night, it became a reality that he was a lot sicker than what I ever imagined. Because I thought, me and him, would be together forever. Because as far as our friendship went, we'd been friends for many, many years. And while he's sitting there holding me, I kept calming him down. And, I said a little prayer. I asked the good Lord not to let him suffer, to help him to, to ease the pain and the misery that he was feeling at that moment. Well, his breathing started calming down, and I thought, we're making progress here. That's what I was fooling myself into thinking. Well, while I was still there alone, everybody outside, he started twice. He did this, it was like not a choking, but just a thing, and I started hearing a death rattle in him. The nurse said she heard it too. Well, everybody's back outside again. She had went to get some more of the morphine. And then his breathing started getting slower and slower and slower. Well, I couldn't go get nobody. My phone wasn't near me or nothing because I was sitting there and he was holding on to me. And then his breathing just stopped. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no, this is not happening. So I was still there alone, and him holding on to my arm even after he'd passed. Finally, somebody come in there, and I had already broke down, because I didn't even cry like that when my own brother passed away. But finally, when the nurse got over, I told her, please, I said, check, make sure. Because, he had that look, you could tell when a person passes that, the color fades from their face and everything. So she pronounced, the fact that he was gone. And they had called the funeral home and all that to come and get him. But that was so hard to go through that. Which death is always hard. But that's not something I thought that I'd have to go through again. Because I've lost so many people in my life. And see it now, it's going on 2 months. In a couple of days, been 2 months he's been gone. It don't seem real. But the thing that's getting to me now is, I don't have a whole lot of people I can talk to about, the situation. My husband doesn't understand because he is my ex-husband, but Michael was my friend. He'll still be my friend. But I had nightmares. It's like my insides. I wake up just quivering. I don't know what to do, how to handle it. So that's my story. I try to meditate and everything to try to get past it, but just everyday stress gets to me. But dealing with that, it's been hard. But that's it, y'all. That's where I've been. Later, a couple of weeks, I'm going to make a happy video because I've got something in the works to help settle my some of my stress. So you guys enjoy Sunday. If you have a best friend, family, everybody, tell them how much you love them and how much you appreciate them. Which I'm glad me and Michael had that time together, that he knew I loved him. He knew he was my best bud. He knew there wasn't nothing I wouldn't do for him, and same way he was by me. So, I'll let y'all later. Love you. Bye.